When it comes to India's freedom struggle, many of us think about important Gandhian movements such as the non-cooperation movement, the famous Dandi Yatra, civil disobedience movement, and the Quit India movement. But my friends, specifically, India's freedom struggle is much beyond specifically Gandhian movements. There have been many freedom fighters from the northeastern part of India who have contributed towards India's freedom struggle, such as Diwan Maniram Datta Baruha ji, Kanaklata Barua ji. Apart from this, Tileshwari Barua ji. Again, another U. Tirot Singh ji. And the most important one, a lady referred as Rani Gaidinliu ji. She was given the title of Rani by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India. Apart from this, she is also referred as Daughter of the Hills. What is the story of the Daughter of the Hills? What is the connection of Rani Gaidinliu ji with Haipou Jadonang and the Heraka Movement? Let's explore this in today's short video. Hello everyone. Hi, this is Alok Ojha. Welcome to StudyIQ IAS English. Let's go for a brief introduction of Rani Gaidinliu ji. Rani Gaidinliu ji, she was born on 26 January 1915, specifically to a Rongmei Naga family. And right from her childhood, she had developed a nationalistic zeal, enthusiasm, fervor, along with a strong cultural identity. Precisely speaking, at the age of 13, she became an active participant in the Heraka movement, which was being initiated by her cousin, Haipou Jadonang. Now, what is Heraka movement all about? Let's understand. Heraka basically means pure. And this movement specifically got initiated by Haipou Jadonang around 1920s in the Ziliangrong territory. Precisely, as per Charter Act 1813, Christian missionaries were allowed to come in India and preach Christianity. Here, rather than preaching, practicing, professing the Christianity, they started forcefully imposing Christianity on the people of India. Let me give you a few examples. Around 1850s, Britishers had come up with a different act, Religious Disabilities Act 1850. As per this act, a person who has not accepted Christianity, in such a situation, his ancestral property would be seized by the Britishers. So this was one of the steps or the methods taken by the Britishers to get people converted into Christianity forcefully. And now, after 1900, Christianity started making inroads into the northeastern part of India. Haipou Jadonang ji, he wanted to preserve the cultural identity specifically of the Ziliangrong territory. And at this point of time, he started Heraka movement, and the word Heraka basically means pure. The indigenous people of this region, they basically worshipped a god who is also referred as a supreme god and was referred as Tingkau Ragwag. Now, apart from this, Britishers also had imposed a lot of taxes on the peasants in this region. Now, how did Britishers impose taxes in this region? Let me give you a small glimpse of this. When Britishers came to India, they started commercialized form of agriculture. And when they started commercialized agriculture, what happened? They got the laborers from the other states. Now, when these laborers came from the other states, they were given specifically the glimpse that here you are going to, they were shown the rosy picture of a comfortable life. But when they came here, it is believed that they had to live under inhumane condition. They had to work for long working hours on the plantation fields. So certain moneylenders who had nexus with the Britishers suggested that why don't we start appointing the local population and compel them to work as a forced laborer? But how will the local population work as a forced laborer? Increase the taxation on the peasants of this region. And when the tax burden would be increased, and when these peasants won't be able to pay the taxes, they would be compelled to work as a forced labor on our fields. So there was illegal extraction of taxes from the peasants, increase in the taxes. So Heraka movement, it was not just a religious movement. It is also a socio-religious, reform movements. And around 1930s, the peasants in the region of Nagaland, they got sensitized. And around 1931, it is said that Haipou Jadonang ji, he was being arrested and executed by the Britishers. and now leadership fell in the hands of Rani Gaidinliu ji. It is believed that Rani Gaidinliu ji, she was very inspired by the ideological perspective of M.K. Gandhi, and she was quite moved by the non-cooperation movement initiated by M.K. Gandhi around 1920s. It is said that Rani Gaidinliu ji asked the peasants of northeastern part of India, precisely from the region of Nagaland, not to pay single penny as a tax to the Britishers. And she became an active participant in the civil disobedience movement initiated by M.K. Gandhi. Now, why did M.K. Gandhi initiate civil disobedience movement? It is believed that Britishers had come up with Government of India Act 1919, which is also referred as Montford Reforms or Montego-Chelmsford Reforms. As a part of Montego-Chelmsford Reforms, there was a clause in which it was written, after 10 years, we are going to come up with a commission that will review the working of the entire structure of the administration. And commission came in 1927 in the form of Simon Commission. It was an all-white commission. The commission was greeted with black flags throughout India, and the slogans were being raised, Simon, go back. Before initiating civil disobedience movement, M.K. Gandhi, he gave 11-point ultimatum to the Britishers. Like all these ultimatum, it fell on deaf ears. And after that, M.K. Gandhi started his Dandi Yatra. He reached Dandi, he picked up the salt and said, with this I shake the foundations of British Empire in India. And after that, he initiated civil disobedience movement. Rani Gaidinliu ji, at a very young age, she became an active participant in civil disobedience movement from the northeastern part of India, precisely from the region of Nagaland. And around the age of 16, she was being arrested in 1932. And she was finally being released after 14 years. So, approximately, she spent what time in jail? From 1932 till independence, 1947. It is believed that around 1937, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru ji met Rani Gaidinliu ji in Shillong jail. And when he met her, he commemorated her with the title of Daughter of Hills, and he called her Rani, that is Queen. Rani Gaidinliu ji, she passed away in 1993. And to commemorate the legacy of Rani Gaidinliu ji, there were different awards conferred to her. Like she was given Tamrapatra Award in 1972 for her contribution towards India's freedom struggle. Then in 1982, she was given the Padma Bhushan, one of the India's highest civilian honors. Then Vivekanand Seva Samman in 1983, and in 1991, Stree Shakti Puraskar. As discussed, Rani Gaidinliu ji, she passed away in 1993. Posthumously, in 1996, she was also given what we say Bhagwan Birsa Munda Puraskar for her dedication to tribal rights and their welfare works. It is also believed that around 2016, Indian Coast Guard, they had come up with fast petrol vessel, and that fast petrol vessel was referred as ICGS Rani Gaidinliu to commemorate her legacy. This was a short story of Rani Gaidinliu ji, who is also referred as the Daughter of Hills, the title conferred to her by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. This was a contribution of India's freedom struggle. This was a contribution of Rani Gaidinliu ji from the region of northeastern part of India in India's freedom struggle. My friends, StudyIQ IAS has come up with Target Year 2027 batch. It's a GS-P2I Foundation Resolution Plus batch, and this batch is going to start on 26th of December. It's an evening batch. Apart from this, the prices are quite affordable. It is starting from 12,999. The batch is completely available in English language. Okay, many of the aspirants face problem in understanding Hindi, or sometimes many of the students face problem in understanding things in a bilingual manner. So this batch is dedicated for the aspirants completely in English language. All the subjects would be taught to you in English language: history, geography, polity, economy, science and tech, current affairs, everything. Proper booklets would be provided to you. PDF would be given to you after the class. So the batches are starting on 26th of December. Use the code Alok Live that is flashing on your screen to get the benefits of these batches. I repeat the code Alok Live. With this, I'll stop my words. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.